Hello guys, welcome back to Chogdi Football TV. I'm going to be talking about the Arsenal Manchester United game that took place over the weekend. Yeah, very interesting game. Very interesting game. Like everybody knows that I support two teams, Arsenal and Real Madrid, blah blah blah. I've said that 100 times. That game was very interesting, but very sad as an Arsenal fan. I think as Arsenal handed Manchester United that game on a platter. Now, to be fair, I raised my hand up and say that there were certain dodgy calls that were made by the ref, because if it were the other way around, I would have felt the same way. But even with certain things that went in Arsenal's favor, we still handed the game over to Manchester United. Manchester United even got a red card. Diogo Dalot got sent off. We still handed the game over to them. There were certain clear chances that should have been put away. But that is what happens when you don't take your chances. You would pay. You would pay. When you play against elite teams, if you do not take your chances, you pay. You would pay. Arsenal missed a lot of chances. Declan Rice had a clear header. He missed it. Havertz had about 3 chances, 2-3 clear chances. He missed it. I've always said that, and everybody knows Havertz is not a number 9. He's not a number 9. Dude is horrible when it comes to chances. Now I give it to him. He's been all right. Like, he's coming clutch for Arsenal a lot this season. He's scored very important goals. He can be a pest. The way he plays, he can be a pest to center backs. But dude is horrible, man. He's one of the worst players I've watched, just based on eye test alone. And I say this all the time. There are certain players that I have on a list. I have a list of players that it doesn't even matter how many goals they score or what they do. I just think they are atrocious. They are horrible. And Havertz is in that list. Havertz, Raheem Sterling, Nicholas Jackson, Danny Welbeck, Emmanuel Adebayo. That is my list of horrible players, just based on high test alone. These guys are poo-poo, garbage, in my opinion. But that is my opinion. But back to the game. It was an interesting game. Manchester United, they played well. They defended well. This is one of the times that the corner kick did not work for us. The corner kick did not work for us. Manchester United scored first which was a very good counter attack with a mistake by Gabriel. I don't know what he was doing, but listen, mistakes happen. These people that play they are not robots. They are human beings, and mistakes happen. So if we are going to be happy when they make good decisions, we have to give them grace when they make bad decisions. And at the end of the day, he scored to level Arsenal up. So the game had its up and downs. Like I said, Arsenal should have won that game. Martin Odegaard, our captain, had a penalty, even though that wasn't a pen. To be fair, that was not a penalty. So we look at it as justice took its course in that situation, because I don't think there was VAR. I don't know if the FA Cup they have the VAR thing. I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't think they do, rather. But I don't know why Martin Odegaard took that pen. Usually, when Saka isn't playing, it's Jorginho to take the penalty, because Jorginho is more of the penalty specialist. So I don't know why Martin Odegaard took that penalty. But the thing is, I can't be mad at, I don't get mad at players when they lose penalties, because even the best of the best miss penalties. Messi has missed a penalty. I think he missed a penalty Champions League semi-final against it was either Chelsea or Liverpool. I can't remember. I remember during the Champions League final against Chelsea, Ian Ruben missed a penalty in the Champions League final. So these things happen. These things happen. The best of the best miss penalties. Ronaldo missed a penalty in the Euros during an important game. Lionel Messi has missed penalties in important games. So the best of the best lose penalties. These things happen. So I can't be really mad at Martin Odegaard for that. Because if he scored, it would have been a different video today. It would have been a different... we'll be praising him today. So these things happen. But it is clear to see for every blind man in town that Arsenal need a striker. Arsenal need a striker. Apparently, as of today, they just confirmed the signature of Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. I would make a separate video on that another time. That is a very good signing. That is a great signing. But Arsenal need to focus on the primary area, which is the striking position. Arsenal have no striker at the moment. Arsenal have no striker at the moment. Gabriel Jesus, who has been picking up form, has injured. He injured against Manchester United, and this looks like it's a end of the season injury. It's an end of the season injury. He won't be back for the rest of the season, maybe till next season or whatever. He won't be back for a long time. Who else do they have? Eden Nketiah he's left Arsenal. He's in Crystal Palace now. So Havertz is the only option at the moment. Except, I don't know, they want to start playing. They want to start using Raheem Sterling as a makeshift striker. Or, you know, Gabriel Martinelli or one of these guys as makeshift strikers, which doesn't make sense because Arsenal are still, although they are out of the FA Cup, Arsenal still has a second leg against Newcastle. Arsenal are still in the title race, even though I think Liverpool are still going to win the league. Arsenal are still in that title race. Arsenal are also still in the Champions League. So there's still a lot of games and a lot of things to play for. So Arsenal need a striker, and I get it. You don't just want to rush and get any striker just because. I think it's harder to get elite strikers now in the January transfer window compared to the summer, and a lot of teams wouldn't want, except they overcharge you and you overpay. A lot of teams won't be willing to let go of their elite strikers now in January, except you are willing to overpay. So it's going to be really hard to bring in elite strikers in the winter transfer window. It will be hard. It will be very difficult. There's more of a possibility of that happening in the summer than happening in the January transfer window, because a lot of teams still have a lot to play for. Like, as I've heard, Arsenal is also looking at Victor Osimhen, who would be my typical prototype of striker to come to Arsenal. I think had not even a Gyökeres for me. Not even a Gyökeres. I want a Victor Osimhen. Add a Victor Osimhen to lead that Arsenal attack, and now Arsenal is talking business. Victor Osimhen as a striker can cover that little distance that Arsenal need to cross to win a title. That would be my typical prototype of striker for Arsenal. Somebody that is strong, is tall, is fast, can press, can score, can finish, is aggressive. That is who I want. Now, if Arsenal gets a Gyökeres, that is also elite. That is also good. I wouldn't be mad at that. But for me personally, nothing less than a Victor Osimhen in my book. So, yeah, I don't think Havertz can. I think he's still going to do his best, but I don't think he can lead Arsenal over that line. I don't think. Dude is very sloppy. Yeah, he's good in some of the things he does, but dude is just horrible, man. Dude is just horrible to me. Dude is horrible. He doesn't cut it for me. He doesn't cut it for me at all. And it's criminal to think he's the highest paid player at Arsenal. He's the highest paid player, and he was bought for 65 million. 65 million. Really? Criminal. Criminal. But you know, there's still a lot to fight for. There's still a lot to compete for. Arsenal, like I said, Arsenal handed Manchester United that game. Arsenal handed them that game. And there's nothing more I can say. There is just nothing more I can say. They lost on penalties. When I saw Havertz step up to take the pen, I just knew it was over. I just knew it was over. I just knew it was over. But hey, what can I say? There's nothing much to say about that. Arsenal are out of the FA Cup, and till next time then. Till next time. Arteta just needs to go, you know, just go and get a proper striker, a proper number 9, a little striker, a deadly striker, somebody that can take chances, somebody that makes teams pay. That's what Arsenal need, in my book. And yeah, that rounds up the video. There's nothing more to say. You've probably heard it all before. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, peace.